Call the meeting to order for the Village of Round Lake Beach. This is our board meeting for Monday, July 15th, 2019. Please call the roll. It'll be just a minute where we try to make sure the recording devices are working.
Pushed record. Yes.
Okay. Please call the roll.
Okay. Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez.
Here.
Trustee Stout.
Here.
Trustee Nichols.
Here.
Trustee Cleveland.
Here.
And Mayor Hill.
Here. Let the record show a quorum is present. Would all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion by trustee Cleveland, second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion and a second. Any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as written. We have our minutes from June 17, 2019. Those are our council meeting minutes up for approval. Any corrections or clarifications? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second.
second by trustee Stout. We have a motion and a second. Any questions, corrections, clarifications? Again, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are approved. We have expenditures this month of $683,016.70. See some of the larger expenses there. Our healthcare services are a little over $130,000. Our fresh Lake Michigan water from CLC Jawa is almost $142,000. We have our IMRF contribution for the some of the pensions, about $20,000. And we also have Amalgamated Bank for our, one of the bond payments, a little over $222,000. There's a lot of other bills in there that the staff well reviewed, the trustees have well reviewed. The trustees have any questions on any specific bills? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Nichols. We have a motion and a second. Once any question by the trustees? Please call the roll.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
That's approved. We have no ratifications this evening, so we'll move on to committee reports. Any of the trustees have any reports?
Your Honor, let's not forget the midweek break on the lake on Thursday this week. Last week was a very good turnout. Let's keep it going. It's a free event for everyone. It's great music and a great time to spend, great way to spend a Thursday night with the family.
Certainly is.
Let's also not forget Touch a Truck on Saturday. I believe it starts at 10 a.m., goes till 2 p.m., and we're going to have all kinds of activities for the kids and all the different size trucks and military trucks and work trucks of all kind for them to come out and touch and feel. Climb on, I believe, as well. Also have food and beverages there, I believe, as well. The first 2 hours, first hour will be quiet. There won't be any alarms or sirens going off. So if any of the kids are scared of the loud noises, come out that first hour and take advantage of it.
It's always a lot of fun for the children.
Yeah.
A lot of the adults, too. Anyone else? Let's See, for Mayor's report, nothing special, just a reminder that they are beginning to work on Orchard and Hook Drive this week. They'll be doing some work on Orchard where they're doing some side work originally, then they'll be actually closing the road for any southbound traffic. It'll be strictly northbound. This project intends to wrap up by November, so it's closed up for the winter time, and they'll begin the second half of Orchard next spring. This section will be from Rollins Road to Green Valley approximately. They're gonna be doing a complete reconstruction, digging everything up, putting a whole new base down, and making the road the way it should have been made the first time. With Hook Drive, there'll just be resurfacing. They're gonna grind down and then do resurfacing. The road should remain open at all times, unless there's a rare occasion. They'll go from Hook Drive, from Orchard all the way to the railroad tracks, and I think from 83 to Rollins Road then. The section right at 83 and Hook was redone when they did the whole change in the bridge over at Rollins and 83 there. Anything else from the trustees? Is there a clerk's report?
No, there's not.
Okay, we'll move right on our items of business then. We have item A, as a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Atlas First Access LLC in an amount not to exceed $10,663.17. We need to purchase a replacement scissor lift from Atlas First Access LLC. It's often used throughout the village, a lot at the cultural center and our other buildings to safely reach the higher structures, and a lot much safer than using ladders. So we want to make sure our staff is safe and that they can actually access the areas they need to access. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Nichols.
Second.
Second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
And Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
That's approved. Item B, as a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Mid-American Water and Sewer Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $20,000. We need to order some supplies. They have them on hand for quick repairs. These supplies include fire hydrants, valves, pipe couplings, and other miscellaneous items. We try to keep a certain supply on hand so we don't have to wait a day or two for the stuff to arrive in order to make these repairs. It's worked out very well in the past, and Mid-American has been a good supplier for those products. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez. Second by trustee Stout. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
That's also approved. Item C is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Robinson Heating and Cooling Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $14,500. The scope of the work includes visual inspections, adjustments, lubrications of all the motors, belts, couplings, and any emergency repairs as necessary. We want to make sure we have somebody all contracted out, so if something fails on our HVAC system, we're able to bring them out quickly for that. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Nichols. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
That's also approved. Item D is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Hometown Electric in an amount not to exceed $27,000. Hometown Electric has performed the vast majority of streetlight repair work in the past several years in Round Lake Beach and throughout much of Lake County for that matter. The field service technician is very familiar with the village's facilities. I believe because of the cost here, we have to waive the official bidding process as part of this ordinance. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
trustee Nichols, second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion and a second. Once again, any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
That's also approved. Item E is a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Hydroware Services Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $21,000. Hydroware has performed the vast majority of pump, mechanical, and minor electrical repairs work during the past several years. The field service technician is very familiar with the village's facilities and has always responded promptly. Service and repair costs have been fair and competitive within the industry standards. We have a very similar or if not exactly the same type of pumps throughout the community, and it makes it easy for having the service technicians really know the systems inside and out. And again, we want to make sure we have somebody on contract in case we have any issues. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Husk,
Second.
second by trustee Stout. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
That's also approved. Item F is an ordinance amending section 3-2-8 of the Village Code regarding Class I and Class J liquor licenses. One of our liquor license holders exceeded the 30% maximum revenue from gaming and will now be classified as a gaming cafe. We did remove the prior license and add the new one for the new designation. We discussed this last week at the committee meetings. Any trustees have any questions? Not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland. Second by trustee Stout. We have a motion and a second. Any question by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout? Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
That's also approved. Item G is a resolution approving an agreement with SP Friedman Development Advisors. The old Super Kmart is still vacant. Sears Corp is not accepting any of the offers on the property. We want to investigate the possibilities for that site and also for the developed property west of Orchard. We're going to be hiring SP Friedman for a total of $52,000 for the two different consultation contracts to study this and give the report back to the board. Hopefully we can get something going in that area over there. There's a lot of other communities, so Arlington Heights has been a good example of how they've redeveloped their downtown area and a much better living area than having a great big plot of land and a big parking lot sitting out there all vacant. So we're looking to make some changes sometime in the future. We want to have a plan in place when we have developers come to us on this. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Nichols. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez? Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
That's also approved. Item H is an ordinance approving a third agreement to the agreement with Property Registration Champions LLC. Again, we need to approve this amendment to continue our partnership with Community Champions for vacant property registration. They have access to a lot of the bank records and things like that to make it easier to register those properties. We pay a small fee, I think it's $100 per property, which is often paid by the landowner also then. So it works out very well. We've been able to keep a much closer eye on these vacant properties and make sure that they stay cleaned and the grass cut, and if there's any broken windows, they can be contacted immediately because we have all the contact information. Any question by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez.
Second.
That's right, it was trustee Husk, second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
That's also approved. That was the last item of business. We do have executive session on the agenda tonight. Before that, it is open to public participation. Anyone in the audience have any questions or comments for the board, please come to the microphone, give your name and address for the record, either ask a question or state your comment. Well, thanks for being here tonight. As I said, we do have executive session. We have probable pending litigation and acquisition, and executive session minutes and personnel on our agenda for executive session. We also have next on the agenda action on the executive session items, which we may or may not take action on those items. You're welcome to stay, but it's not required. Do we have a motion to go in executive session?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Nichols,
Second.
second by trustee Cleveland. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez? Trustee Wallace? Sorry. Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Nichols?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
That's approved. Again, we will be in executive session. You're welcome to stay, but it's not required. Thank you. Call the meeting back to order for the Village Round Lake Beach, our council meeting for July 15, 2019. We are out of executive session. We have no action on those items. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Cleveland.
Second.
Second by trustee, is that Husk? Trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.